Yo, what is up? I am so excited to look at these big, gigantic changes. This is almost like this might be a whole new game. So I was at work earlier today and I saw this come out. I was like, oh, I'm going to look at it. And so I looked at the first couple things and I thought, you know what? I'm going to wait and record my reaction to this stuff mainly just so I can have that on there and I can like make some predictions, see if I'm right. But I'll go over this stuff quickly. Yeah, the progression system, it's going to be really easy to get all the perks and everything, which doesn't, like, there's not really a negative unless you're someone that likes something to grind for. Me personally, I said this during the anniversary stream. I said I was close to finishing my goal, and I am now even closer because we're getting cakes, and tomorrow they're going to actually give double blood points also. So if you bring like We're Gonna Live Forever or Barbecue and Chili and then get double points and then get 5 flans, you can get like, at that point you might be close to 300. I think it's like 270 if you do good per game blood points. So I only have a couple characters left to get the perks I want on, and then we're just fully grinding P3. So I will probably have close to everybody done completely before this even comes into play. So I won't have much to go on after anyway. It'll be interesting to see if blood points are even about that big a deal anymore in the future, because if you prestige a character, you get their perks on everyone. If you get them to P3, which isn't that extreme now, well, maybe, I don't know. We'll see how it works. But yeah, I don't really need to run through this. It's pretty self-explanatory, and the only new stuff is 4, 5, and 6 now get the cosmetics. And I guess there's going to be charms of the perk logos. Which, see, that would be funny now because you could have like Dead Hard as your charm, but we'll see what is left. Shrine of Secrets, yeah, whatever. Receive a special prestige icon, that's probably not going to be much. Matchmaking incentives is nice, but again, the blood points, I don't think they're going to be that big a deal anymore in the future, which is different. Alright, so this is like where I stopped. So I saw this and then just stopped. Gameplay, share the most consistent feedback. They want to change the meta and they're rebalancing 39. I thought it was 40. Because I thought they showed 1 plus 39. Okay, baseline changes. Generator speeds. When looking at perks most used by killers, there's a very clear trend. Any perk that helps prevent generators from being powered, slowdown perks for short, are favored. Corrupt Intervention, Pop Goes Louisa, Scourge Hook, Pain Resonance, and Hex Ruin are a few notable examples, and each are among the most popular perks. 100%. Many players feel like generators are powered too quickly without these perks, so we knew we needed to look at generators before making any perk changes. Slowdown perks should be an option, but not the only option to stay competitive. 100%. I feel that way. There was a game, it was a couple days ago when I was playing Dredge. Someone tried to lock a locker, and I got lucky and teleported there. So I got an instant grab and hook, and then I instantly teleported to disrupt 2 other people. So hit them. 1 gen popped, obviously, that's the one, okay. And then the whole match, I felt like I was doing so good, keeping up, injuring multiple survivors, and like they quick chased and everything, and the gens just completely flew. I don't even know how. It was like borderline suspicious how fast they went. So yes, let's see. Let's see what they're doing. First, we've increased the time it takes to power a generator to 90 seconds, up from 80. That's a lot, but it's not going to feel like a lot. 10 seconds. Like, we'll see what the perks are, I guess, because 10 seconds, I don't know, we'll see. We gotta get the whole picture. Time it takes to complete a generator hasn't been changed in a long time, but it's clear that they're being powered quicker than we'd like. By slowing them down slightly, we hope to give killers a bigger window to interrupt survivors, particularly at the beginning of a trial. Yes, this is my biggest thing. Like I just said, I had an instant grab and disrupted 2 survivors, and this is all, it's in 80 seconds, obviously, because the gen gets done. So you feel like you've interrupted 3 survivors and downed like at least 1, and then a gen pops, and you're like, well, okay. And then there's those games where 4 survivors spawn in Ormond, and the gen's done before the killer gets there. It's like, okay, well now what do I do? Like, I only have 4 gens before it's basically 4 gens before the game even starts, because you haven't done anything. Second, kicking a generator will now instantly remove 2.5 of the maximum progress. Okay, yes, this I like. 2.5 is not a lot, but that's probably, the math works out to where a survivor, I wonder how much, let's see if I can do math. Let's see if I can do math. I shouldn't go to that app, that's not a calculator. So it's 90 seconds now, so 90 times 0.025. Yeah, that's not what I did. 90 times 0.25. Or is it 2.5? Oh boy, math. 90 divided by 2.5? No, I can't do math. I don't know how to do this. 2%. Okay, I'm not going to figure this out. Maybe they explain it. This change makes seeking generators more meaningful, even if the survivor stops it from regressing shortly after. Yes. Initially, survivors must now decide whether they should tap a generator to prevent regression, as this allows the killer to kick it in and knock off even more progress, 100%. With these 2 changes, we hope to reduce the reliance on passive slowdown mechanics and promote increased interaction between killers and survivors. Okay, first thing, great. Generators take a little longer, and yeah, this is perfect. A killer can kick a gen and get a little bit of progress loss, and the survivor's just like, oh, haha, tap. Because it takes them like way less time. Boom, more, you can add it up. This makes, I'm assuming it's making perks like Eruption, I guess we'll see what Pop is, a little bit better. And like Dragon's Grip, because you're actually getting, and Call of Brine. Ooh, that wasn't on the list. Call of Brine's going to be really good now. It makes them stronger because you can actually do stuff. Kicking gens is like maybe worth it. General killer improvements. Ooh. Average kill rates, how many survivors kill each trial on average, are a little lower than we'd like. Really, I'm kind of surprised in general that they're lower. A sentiment echoed by many community members. At the top, I agree, but I'm surprised lower. Actually, you know what? I'm not, because I was watching a stream the other day of someone who is new. He's only played for like 2 weeks. With this friend who's played a little more and another friend that's new. They escaped 90% of the games and they weren't even close. So maybe I'm not surprised. To ensure the killer feels like an unstoppable force to be feared, we're making slight improvements to many aspects of killer gameplay. This doesn't, we'll see what they say. Reduce the time it takes to break walls and pallets by 10%. And pallets, ooh. Generators can now be kicked 10% faster than before. While these changes may seem small, a fraction of a second will be the difference between hitting a survivor and them reaching a pallet. 100%. That's a nice little tweak that I wouldn't even thought of. I was thinking that was only going to say breakable walls, but pallets too, and then gens a little bit faster. I like that. That's great. Next, we reduce the cooldown for successful... Ooh! And reduce the duration of survivor speed boost upon being hit by 10%. Okay, is this like Scott's joke? This is real? So a shorter cooldown and a slightly smaller duration. Again, 10% with these numbers isn't a lot, but you will definitely notice them. That's pretty big. Moving forward, survivors will gain slightly less distance upon being hit, making it more difficult for them to run long distances to a safe area. That's really good. Finally, we've tweaked Bloodlust to increase in power quicker than before. That's a little scary. In most cases, Bloodlust does not activate, though there are rare cases where it can be necessary. It's really only necessary on like infinites, or if they're holding W and just playing palace and you're not breaking. I don't know. It's not really necessary though all that much. This is kind of scary. The long build-up often leaves the killer in a bad spot, even if they eventually get a hit. We are adjusting bloodlust tiers to activate after 15, 25, 35 seconds of chasing rather than 15, 30, 45. Okay, so they lied. I thought it was going to be trigger faster than before. It's still 15 seconds. You should never get the bloodlust 2 or 3. Like, literally never. Yeah, as the first tier of bloodlust has not changed, it will not be any more prevalent in the average chase. Bearing in mind the general improvements above, we expect bloodlust will become even more uncommon outside of exceptional circumstances. Yeah, you should never get to bloodlust 2 or 3 unless it's the last survivor in the game and you're just not breaking a pallet because you don't care. You should never do that. Though slight, these changes affect every killer and have ramifications on the game. We will be watching closely to ensure that nothing gets out of hand. It'll get out of hand on 2 people. Sally and Talbot. I wonder if they're gonna camping and tunneling. Let's go, baby. On the survivor side, there's a clear preference for perks that grant a second chance. Borrowed time, decisive strike, dead hard, and perks of that nature help the survivor avoid certain death, leading to an extreme usage rate. The benefit of these second chance perks A benefit of the second chance perks is how that they help prevent unfun situations. Okay, so that's not a good sentence. It wasn't just me. Namely, being camped or tunneled out of the game, repeatedly being targeted after being hunted. Yeah, we know what tunneling is. In order to incentivize a meaningful change to the meta, it is clear that we need to address these controversial tactics. Second chance perks should be nice to have, not essential to ensuring enjoyable gameplay. I play killer more, and I 100% agree. I kind of think, like, I would have been fine if they made Decisive Strike base kit, and I guess we'll see if they do, because it's just, if you, like, I never run Decisive Strike as Survivor, and if that game where you get hooked first, your teammate safely unhooks you, and then the killer just ignores them, waits out the time, downs you, get, like, those games are, they're just stupid in every sense of the word, and not fun at all. So we'll see. Moving forward, survivors will receive a 5-second endurance effect after being unhooked. This gives the unhooked survivor an opportunity to reach a nearby window of pallet or for another survivor to position themselves for a protection hit. 5 seconds? Yeah, that seems completely fine. I would have been fine with it being a little longer, because I assume borrowed time will still be strong because it's gonna extend that time, and so a killer can't just wait 5 seconds because then there's the chance, but it won't be as common. That seems like a good change. Oh, I just read the next one. I was like, did I miss something? No, I read the next. Additionally, the unhooked survivor will receive a 7% haste effect for 5 seconds. This will make them harder to catch and encourage killers to shift focus to the unhooked survivor. That seems great too. They're faster, they're protected. Okay, this is good. Both effects will be canceled prematurely if the unhooked survivor performs what we now call a conspicuous action. Ooh, spicy. These are interactions other than being chased that would improve your chances of survival. Ah, conspicuous action. So repairing a gen, yeah. So if you get unhooked, immediately touch a gen, your speed and protection is gone. Healing yourself or others. Okay. Cleansing blessing, yeah. Opening an exit gate. Sabotaging a hook and unhooking others, yeah. Opening an exit gate, has that always been one? That's kind of big. If you have someone near the gate and they get unhooked and then they go run and do it, well, they could still have decisive. Huh, I didn't opening an exit. I don't know if that's always been like a, that doesn't cancel decisive. I know that. With these base changes, we hope survivors can switch up their perk loadouts without fear of the camping tunnel will cut their next match short. So before we get into meta perk changes, decisive still seems really strong because there's not like a base kit. Oh, if the killer hooks you twice in a row. I wonder how that would work. If there was a base kit, if you get, if you were the last person unhooked and you're the next, see, it needs to be within a time frame. I can't even make it work, so let's not even think about it. So that's the baseline changes. I don't see a problem with anything. The only problem is if the killer's already lost the game and it's like one of those, I'm just going to try and camp and get one kill or see if they mess up, then there's not really a way you can. Because like now you could maybe, someone goes in for the save, you do the grab game, but you hit them, they get saved. You maybe wait out 12 seconds, then down the unhooked, and then go after the other, and then they have to pick it up, and you can make something happen. Now well, see, 12 seconds will still be fine. I don't know. That's the only negative, but that's not really negative. So perk changes. Okay. For this update, perk changes fall into one of two categories. Meta perks that are used too often and non-meta perks that serve a similar purpose but aren't used as much. We understand that many of you are past your favorite perks and loadouts. Unfortunately, skipping the meta inevitably leads to a few changes. Rest assured that our goal is to provide alternatives that align with your preferred playstyle while widening the scope to include more very viable perk options. It is also important to note that not every meta perk is equal, and each was considered on a case-by-case basis. So, what are Dead by Daylight's meta perks? By referencing both community feedback and internal data, we can see that some perks stand by the rest. For killers, Barbecue and Chili, Hex Ruin, Pop Goes the Weasel, Corrupt Intervention, Tinkerer. I'm a little surprised. It's up on this level. Noed, and Pain Resonance. For survivors, Dead Hard, Borrowed Time, Decisive Strike, Iron Will, Self-Care, and Spine Shield. We'd like to share these graphs showcasing the 10 most frequently used perks for both roles. These charts do not explain why the meta exists. For that, we turn to community feedback. Hopefully, they provide context for how heavily these perks are used. We know this stuff. Yeah, oh, Dead Hard is in a world of its own. And this is the MMR, it looks like. A percent of matches. Yeah, Dead Hard's the most. Windows of Opportunity on the list, huh? And then Barbecue's probably the most because of the points. What is that? Locked? What is locked? What is locked? Wait, what perk is used so much at low levels and then never again? Is it like Agitation? Something on Trapper? Barbecue, Ruin, Noed, Corrupt, Pain, Scourge, Sloppy, Tinkerer, Nurse's Calling, Irongrass, Jolt. Huh. I don't know what that is. I want to know what that one is. Okay. I'm scared that Barbecue's first. I hope they make it sound like they know why things are this way. Barbecue and Chili is because of the points. If you took away the points, the perk is still good, and it promotes healthy gameplay. So let's just see what it is. Current effect. We're just going to not read the current effect. You should know them. This perk is incredibly popular, not because it's particularly powerful. It's not that powerful. Because of the huge amount of blood points it provides. Yes. Choosing your own match without it massively slows your progression. It 100% does. I use it on every killer. That's my goal. My goal was to get every survivor every killer survivor P3 with We're Gonna Live Forever or Barbecue and Chili maxed out. So that every game, that is one of my perks, just to get more points. I finally got it on Dredge after I have 170 flans. That's how long it took me to get level 4 Barbecue. We do not want blood points to be the driving factor behind perk choices, so we'll be removing the blood point bonus. I thought that's what they would do. While I understand this change may seem shocking, please keep in mind that this update reduces the grind by about 75% with matchmaking incentives providing an additional avenue for blood points. Yeah, this is exactly what I thought they would do. We believe this is a necessary step in order to make other R reading ports more appealing, as blood point gain will no longer be the deciding factor. This is exactly what I thought they would do. Because we're not going to need points as much anymore. Now it's just to show people far away. I will still use a decent amount because I just like the idea that you see people far away and so you go chase them far away and it just gets the game in a better state. Ruin. Current effect. Generators regress automatically at an increased rate whenever survivor is not working on them as long as the associated hex totem setting. What do I think they're going to do here? With the base changes, I have no idea what they're going to do. I can't even think of anything. The massive part of Hexrune's appeal is not having to stop and kick generators, as well as the ability to passively aggress them from a distance. Yeah. These aspects make Ruin a unique slowdown perk, so we are not looking to change them. Okay, they're just going to slow it down. To bring Hexrune in line with our perks, we are reducing their aggression speed to 50, 75, and only 100%. This will reduce its power without destroying its primary appeal. After a survivor is killed, Hexrune will automatically deactivate. That seems a little much. That last line that's a little too much. So because of my stupid idea of just P3ing everyone and using whatever perks they have on the way there, I use level 1 Rune a lot. It's not that special. Obviously, I mean, maybe it's just because I'm comparing it to level 3, but you still get the automatically regressing and like from a distance. But 100% regression is not as fast as you would think. And then after a survivor is killed, Hexrune will automatically activate. Why? Because you'll have games where, like, you tunnel and camp, like, you get a survivor out of the game early, or they just kill themselves and there's like 2 or 3 gens left and you just lose a perk. Like, if you get Garden of Joy, and the survivors don't know where the hex totems spawn, and then one guy kills himself, you just lose a perk? I don't know. That seems strong. Whatever. We'll move on. Okay, Pop, you kick a gen after hooking someone, lose 25%. They're just going to nerf it a little bit because of the baseline thing. It's going to be 20%. Pop gives killers a controlled way to remove significant props from generator efficiency. Given that kicking the generator moves 2.5 by default, we decided to tone down some numbers to compensate. This perk will now remove 20% of the generator's current progress. Not total. Okay, so yeah, that makes sense. This change will make Pop very effective against generators that are nearly done, but weaker against those with a small amount of progress. Oh, wait. Oh, I was thinking differently. That's bigger than you would think. If a gen was at 25% done and you kicked it with Pop, it went to 0. Now if a gen is 25% done and you kick it with Pop, it'll go to like 20% done. Ooh, that's a giant nerf. Like if you have a gen at 50... What's 20% of 50? 10? It'll go down to 40. That's a big nerf. But they're still... Gens take a little longer. I wonder if it's 22.5. Because the baseline's 2.5. Jeez, we've seen 3 and these are crazy. We've got a bunch of... This is going to be a long video because I talk too long anyway and there's a lot of stuff in here. So yeah, it's still good against gens that are close, but... So is it better? 100%. So like 99, you take away 20%, you go down to 80. I mean, that's what it was. It was actually 75, so yeah, a little bit. Okay, that's fine. Corrupt, I just think they're going to lower the limit. I thought this was going to be a little bit baseline. So it's 2 minutes, they're just going to cut it in half. This perk makes the beginning match more manageable, forcing survivors to extend deeper into the map before repairing generators. We aren't looking to change this aspect. Moving forward, the perk will deactivate once a survivor enters the dying state. We believe this change will keep corrupt intervention effective in helping the killer build early game pressure while providing a limit to its power. So I was wrong completely. So it's still 2 minutes as long as you don't down someone. I like this change. I like how they just said blocked for a while. They didn't even put the actual time. I like this change. This one seems good. It's still strong if you like are kind of going back and forth, hitting a bunch. But if you're a nurse that just lethal pursuer, boom, hit, boom, hit, down, you're done. No corrupt. I like that. That's fine. Good. Tinkerer. Generator reaches 70% progress, receives a loud noise, and become undetectable. I just think they're going to make it so this is only once a gen. Because you can trigger it multiple times. Tinker is a popular choice for the information it provides. Being able to prevent a generator from being powered is a game changer, particularly in killers with high mobility. Yep. It can, however, become a little oppressive when paired with certain regression perks. Therefore, Tinker can now activate once per generator. Boom, I got another one right. But with the base changes increased to 90, killers will have extra time to approach. That's true. 70% progress on 90 instead of 80. Yeah, once a gen, I think that's fine. Don't complain, that's a good change. No, Ed, get this out of here, man. Get this out of here. I hate this perk. I never run in killer. I hate a survivor. This promotes such unhealthy gameplay. I have no idea what they'll do to change it. Let's just see. This perk makes for a very effective comeback tool, though it falls out of favor in high skill games. That's because high skill people, they know it's strong and they don't mess around. They're just like, oh, he's got to know it. Okay, sorry, Nancy, you're dead. And they just leave. New players might be like, oh, well, maybe if I sneak up and urban evasion up and then you're dead. We like the way Know It encourages fighters to preemptively cleanse totems. Yeah, because they do that. So we are not looking to weaken its direct strength. Instead, survivors will now see the Hex Totem's aura within 4 meters upon activation. This range increases to 24 meters over the course of 30 seconds. We believe this change will keep Know It a strong choice for endgame builds while encouraging survivors to find the totem and attempt that last second save. That doesn't seem like enough. Like, with these other perks getting nerfed, that, like, might still be the best perk in the game. And everyone's just going to run it. 4 meters is nothing. Is it 4 for 30 seconds and then it jumped to 24? Or I think that's what it is. After 30 seconds, yeah, you can find it pretty quickly going through the map, and that'll be nice. But you don't need 30 seconds. You need 1 second to make use of this. That seems too strong still, honestly. Maybe it's just because I hate it. Pain res. I wonder what they'll do here. Are they just going to limit it a little bit? Or maybe you can only hit a gen once. The most recent addition to the meta, Pain Resonance, allows the killer to remove a sizable chunk from the most progress generator simply by hooking a survivor. It's only 15%. It's not a lot. But if you get it repeatedly, it's really annoying. A loud noise notification also allows the killer to disrupt the survivors before they can continue repairing. A jack of all trades of sorts, granting both a powerful regression effect and crucial information. I don't agree with that sentence, because if you use Pain Res and then you see a gen pop, you're most likely going to go check it anyway. So the knowing survivors are there, it's a little nice, but it's not like big. With that in mind, we are removing the loud noise notification. Instead of exploding, the affected generator will now spark upon losing progress, and survivors will no longer scream. We lose wizard pains or strong breast spark or eliminate its information aspect. Okay, that's fine, because yeah, that's not a big deal. So actually, Pain Res is still really strong. The only time it was good is if you knew there was 2 survivors or 3. That's really the only time you need the thing. Survivor meta. Dead hard, baby. What do we got? Dead hard is by far the most used perk by survivors, and it's easy to see why. In the right hands, it acts like a third health state, allowing survivors to escape a situation where they would otherwise go down. It's funny if you think, I'm going to say this before we read the nerf. Imagine if Dead Hard didn't exist and it was like getting this like a new perk right now and it was the current one. We'd be like, wow, that seems kind of good to just on command have an like dash forward. That'll allow you to loot better. You can get like an extra spot and we'd be like, oh yeah, that seems okay. And then someone play against trap and be like, oh, you can go through a trap. Oh, you can go through a hag trap. Oh, you can go through chainsaws. Oh, you can go through, who am I missing? Clown bottles, doctor shocks. You can. It's good against nurse. It's good against blight. What am I missing? There's so much. Like, it's just so good. There are two main ways Dead Hard is used: to dodge a hit and for distance, to go to nearby power window. In the latter case, there's not much a killer can do. Yep. Therefore, Dead Hard. Ooh. Dead Hard will now provide the endurance effect for 1 second when activated. Oh man. If you time it right, you'll prevent the hit and gain a movement speed boost. This will remove Dead Harding for distance and make it solely used to dodge hits, which killers can anticipate and even bait accordingly. That is terrible. That is a gigantic nerf. Why would you use this? You get the endurance status effect for 1 second if you time it right. So I assume the animation doesn't play anymore because you can't Dead Hard for distance unless it just does it in place and you're like, oh, in place. But then, so first off, killers aren't going to wait anymore because no one's going to run this. And second, if you like find out they do, you just wait a little bit. That's a big nerf. Wow. That's not really a good perk anymore. That's crazy. All right, DS. Let's see what they do here. One of Decisive's main appeals is its efficacy at preventing tunneling. In light of the upcoming base game changes, we expect Decisive Strike to drop in usage slightly. For the most part, we find the perk to be healthy for the game and easily avoidable for killers who choose not to tunnel on Rogue Survivor. I kind of agree. I mean, you can force a DS, but most people don't. And you kind of have to go out of your way to do it, at least a little bit. So, that said, at the end of the match, there's often nothing the killer can do to prevent his virus with Decisive from escaping. So, exit gate. Moving forward, DS will now deactivate once the exit gates are powered completely. In addition, the stun duration has been reduced from 5 seconds to 3 seconds. We'll also be simplifying the description of the perk. Decisive Strike will now be cancelled by conspicuous actions. So all the stuff above. Which included exit gate. But now will deactivate once the exit gates are powered. So, wait. Once the exit gates are powered, that means when the 5th gen is completed. Not the endgame collapse. That is 5th gen completed. That is a big nerf. Also, not big. That one's actually not terrible because during the game it's still good. The stun duration. Ooh, man. See, I'll talk about this stuff at the end, but there is a problem with that. Yeah, wow. Dude, these are gigantic changes. Much like DS, the perk gets much of its popularity by granting counterplay against the camping killer. Considering a lighter version of Borrowed Time effect has been added to the base kit, we can update the perk, yeah. Borrowed Time will now extend the duration of the endurance effect when survivors by and increase the movement speed bonus duration by 10 seconds for any survivors you unhooked. While the overall duration with Borrowed Time is longer than before, I was going to say that is longer now. That's 15 seconds instead of 12. We expect that having a lighter version of the base kit will cause the usage rates to drop. Yeah. Yeah, this seems like a ideal change. There's a little bit of baseline. The perk is still good because if you make it 15 seconds instead of 5, that's good. And 20 seconds or 15 seconds, it was only 5 seconds. 15 seconds, that's pretty good, but it's not necessary. I like that one. Iron Will. I don't care about this perk because I don't play with sound a lot of time. I'm usually listening to something, so whatever. This perk allows skillful players to mind game more effectively in many common areas by silencing grunts of pain. To address its high usage rates, we are lowering the grunts of pain reduction to 25, 50, and 75. So you're not silent. It's only quieter. That seems fine to me. Additionally, Iron Will is no longer active when exhausted, though it will not cause exhaustion itself. That seems fair. If you balance landing away, you shouldn't be quieter. Again, I don't really care about Iron Will because I'm usually listening to something, so I don't. If I had a test on breathing sounds from Dead by Daylight, like Survivors, I would not do good because I don't listen to that stuff. But I know that's a big deal for some people. That seems like a fair change. Though self-care has a divisive reputation among the community, we're surprised to find that its usage peaks in the highest skill matches. Yeah, it's kind of funny. It's really good when you're new. You move up and then you get to like decent average players that play a lot that aren't the best. It's terrible. And then you get up to the good people that play a lot and it's back to good. Like really good. It's funny. Having a consistent and reliable way to heal at will is a powerful tool in the right hands. On my hands, baby. On top of that, self-care increases the efficiency of medkits, allowing survivors to squeeze additional heals out of them. I just think they're going to take that away. To reduce its strength, self-care's heal speed will be lowered to 35%. And the item bonus has been removed entirely. Ooh, that's rough, dude. In that area where it's bad to have self-care, those people are still going to run it. It's going to take them like 3 minutes to heal against sloppy Butcher Legion. That's crazy. That's pretty. Ooh, that's a lot, man. I don't use self-care that much, but botany is on the list also. I wonder if that's faster because I was gonna just do the math. Well, with botany, it's still 60 something, but that might make it like you might go like 50%, and that might be better. Spine chill. Oh, this used to be my baby. I don't use it much anymore, even though I still think it's really good. This perk excels at alerting survivors when a killer is approaching, and in high skill lobbies, the vault speed increase becomes a primary draw. Yeah, I thought for a long time I thought this was like low key one of the best perks. I still kind of do because it helps against. It's amazing against stealth killers. Obviously, you can fool it, but it's gonna help. And then it lets you do gens. It lets you do everything faster, including vaulting, which is pretty unique. Like I just thought it helps in chase. I just thought it was really good. So we'll see what they do. There are a few aspects of this perk we'd like to clean up. Spine chill will now only activate if the killer has a clear line of sight to the survivor. That's a terrible change. This will remove the awkward counterplay where the killer must look away to ensure a stealthy approach. That's terrible. You guys have indoor maps. Like no one's gonna use spine chill. I'm not even reading the rest of the perk yet. No one's gonna use this. If you're playing on Larry's, you're never going to get a clear sight unless you're in the middle of a chase. If you're playing on RPD. Next, we will be adding a short, lingering effect to Spine Chill. This will prevent the perk icon from flickering when the killer looks around and make the action speed boost more consistent. That's fine. Finally, we'll be removing the vault speed bonus entirely as it does not suit the perk's nature. Why not? Why doesn't it? I don't think anyone will ever run Spine Chill again. That one went too far. I don't even think Spine Chill was that bad. If they just... Oh man, that's rough. I haven't used Spine Chill in a while, but no one's going to use that. Spine Chill will now only activate the killer as a clear line of sight to the survivor. I'm trying to think this through. If you've got a ghost face trying to sneak up on you, and he sees you, you should see him. Unless you're just blindly looking like where you shouldn't be. You should still be looking around. I don't know. I mean, obviously this stuff is going to have to get tested. Which I hope the PTB's in a week. That's a lot. That one's a big change for... I don't agree with that one. Alright, with so many meta perks being changed, we wanted to make sure everyone had something new to look forward to. We've updated 25 additional perks to try out, the majority of which fill a similar purpose to the meta perks as above. Okay, real quick on the meta. Good change. Mostly good. I don't like that. Good. Ooh. We'll see. I can't say good or not good. Fine. Thumbs up. Middle. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Down. As far as changes, I don't think the change is that good because it's still really strong. So I'll go down. Dude, I hate going against dead hards when there's like 18 of them in a lobby and you outplay them and they still like work out. But that is a gigantic nerf. So I'm gonna go middle. DS, yes, except for a couple exceptions. Yeah. Middle and thumbs up. There's my ranking. Along with its current effects, Overcharge will cause a kick generator's regression speed to grow from 100% to 400% over the course of 30 seconds. Survivors will want to stop this generator from regressing as soon as possible. That is kind of incredible. That is incredible. New meta build is Overcharge Call of Brine Dragon's Grip. Does that stack with Call of Brine? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You don't know why that's meta. You kick it with Overcharge. That does the difficult skill check that takes off 5 extra percent if you miss it. When a survivor starts working on it again. Dragon's Grip, once they touch the gen, they are exposed, so it can be insta-down for 60 seconds? Or is it 30? I think it's 60. And so then they would figure that out and be like, oh, we just have to let it go. And then you can go, Call of Brine does it by 200%. And if it's additive, goes to 400%, that's insane. That's insane, dude. Eruption release with fairly safe numbers, I thought that. But upon reflection, we're comfortable with increasing them. I agree. We have up the generator regression penalty to 10% and the duration of incapacitated effect to 15, 25, 20, 25. So this was 6 and it went up to 15. So yeah, this is good. I've used eruption a couple times on on those archives where it's like destroy 30 generators. And it's just not good. You don't have time to kick gens, and there's not a big reward. So this is nice, along with the other changes. Knockout, I don't like this perk. I'll see what they do. Those of you who like to leave survivors on the ground should not play the game. Can have a little more peace of mind. In addition to its current effect, Knockout will cause dying survivors to crawl 50% slower for 15 seconds and reduce their recovery speed by 25%. Oh. This is a perk that didn't need to be buffed. Because the only time... So here is a little rant. Knockout is only for slugging. It is literally only for slugging. It gives nothing else unless you slug a survivor. You slug because you don't feel like you have time to hook and chase other people. Or you're a dick. So, with the other changes, you should be, they feel like they have made it, so you should feel comfortable hooking and chasing multiple people and defending gens because they're slower and there's more perks now and the bigger ones, like everything. So, the only thing that's left is people who are being a dick. So, expected increase in nurses who are just going to slug everyone and make everyone wait 4 minutes and just die on the floor. That's so I don't understand why they're buffing this, because that's the only use for it. Like I can't think, I have not seen anyone use this perk in a different way. It's only to bleed people out on the floor. I remember a game probably like a month ago now. It was a Deathslinger on Haddonfield, and this is what he was doing. It was knockout, and every other like just slow. He just bled everyone out, and luckily, I got blessed. I was the last one alive, and the hat spawned right there, and I got it. That was luckily, and we were actually like doing good, but it was just so dumb that everyone was just bleeding out for 4 minutes on the ground doing nothing. So I don't like this one. Collarphobia. To make healing and killer's targets even more unappealing, collarphobia will now increase the speed of skill checks by 50% on top of its current effect. Okay, so this means nothing. If you see this logo, you don't heal in the terror radius unless you like have to. Faster skill checks. That's kind of interesting. I wonder if there's anything else like that. If you just hear the ding and it's like, boom, you're going to miss it a lot. Yeah, I bet, I actually want to like practice against this, that you're going to miss that a lot if you're not expecting it. But no one's going to heal in the terror radius if you see the logo. This perk is great for confusing and sneaking up on survivors, but the basic attack awareness makes it unappealing for certain killers. Yeah, just take that away. Dark Devotion will now activate whenever the obsession loses a health set. Yeah, that's completely fine. I forgot it was still basic attack. Yeah, it should be everything. You down someone with a chainsaw, and it's the obsession, you should get it. That's great. Jolt. Surge allows the killer to regress generator simply by downing a survivor. To make it more consistent and punish careless survivors' plays, we have removed the cooldown. This is one of the best perks in the game now. I always, because of the nurse, the other ones, I always thought that Jolt should have been, I don't know why I said Jolt, I usually say Surge. It should have been buffed a while ago. I thought either this, no cooldown, if the survivors are careless and just like unhook in front of you and you have save the best for last and you just boom, down, oh, rescue, hit, down. You should be hitting gens multiple times. Like, that's fine. I thought either that or there shouldn't be within a radius. It should just be every gen. But they went with this one. I like it. It's going to be annoying to go against, but I like it. Lethal. This perk should be base kit. IMO. So you like R reading, huh? On top of the existing effect, Lethal Pursuer now extend the duration of all R reading effects by 2 seconds. Oh, I thought it was just going to be extended the initial one by 2 seconds. It's everyone. So, I mean, barbecue comes to mind. That's the only one I can think of for some reason. That's good. Leave the Pursuer should be base kit. That way you know if you have to go to a gen across the map or if you've already lost because force fires spawn in 4 corners. I like that one. That one's good. All right, Get to Pain. Perk also shipped with safe numbers, so we increase the action speed penalty 2 more. Yeah, that seems fair. Get to Pain, you never feel it in the game. You just see the bars right and you're like, oh, interesting. Thana, another quick one. We increase the action speed penalty to... They increased it by 0.5 at first survivor. So max of 22%. So a little bit better. That's fine. Only nurses... I mean, nurses do run it. Only plagues and legions run this. So it'll still be a little annoying on legion, but that's not bad. Monstrous. Oh, boy. Oh, no. It is a Scourge Hook. Oh, dude, I thought about that. Long have we waited. Monstrous Shrine has received a rework. This perk will now convert all basement hooks to Scourge Hooks. Additionally, Scourge Hooks will now grant faster enemy progression, but only if the killer is not within 24 meters. This might be the best change. That's good. So I just kind of thought basement hooks should be scourge hooks no matter what. But now they are. Plus, you get faster progression if you leave and go chase people. So if the survivors are messing up a little bit, 20% faster on a minute. $60 divided by 5. Is that 12? That's not 12. What am I talking about? Is it 12? It is. So they have 12 less seconds to get there. Plus the other scourge hooks, so Gift of Pain a little bit better, but Floods and Pain Res is still good. I think a lot of people are going to be running scourge hook builds. Especially now that you can guarantee the basement is them. Yeah, I think that's going to be pretty common. But that's a good change. In addition to Calm Spirit's current effects, you can now open chest and cleanse and bless totem silently. Albeit at reduced speed. Okay, so you didn't need to reduce the speed. Like that's actually a nerf. That they say that's a buff, but that's a nerf. Because you're not going to open a chest in front of a killer. You're not going to cleanse in front of a killer or bless in front of a killer where you need to be quiet. That's just a nerf. I bet this one gets changed before. That's a nerf. A nerf to Calm Spirit. After months of studying, saboteurs can now identify scourge hooks. Oh, I like that. That's a great change. Their ores are shown in yellow when a survivor is being carried. Use this information to your advantage to prevent scourge hook perks from being activated. That's a great change. I kind of wish it was all the... Well, I guess the ores only light up when the survivor is carried. So that's a great change. You can see on the map, like, oh, he's got 3 scourge hooks in this corner. Let's go do this gen, and then he should never be over there. That's a great change. Botany, okay, I was guessing they're putting it up by 50. 50%. Okay, this with self-care, I think makes sense. You're more encouraged to heal other people. So 50 plus 35, that ends up as more, doesn't it? That's 85. Self-care used to be 50 plus 33. It was only 83, so it's actually faster now. Interesting. Off the record, upon being unhooked, gain the endurance... Wait, gain the endurance status effect for 80 seconds? So you can just take a hit? Dude, that's great. The endurance effect is lost while performing a conspicuous action. Well, this is a lengthy endurance effect. It is. Any game progression access will cancel it prematurely, making it purely for evading the killer after being hooked. That's... Dude, that might be the new meta. That one is going to be new meta. You get unhooked, you have this and decisive. That's pretty strong. Endurance effect, in case anyone forgot, that is taking a hit. That's borrowed time, metal man, aseptic, or not aseptic. Yeah, aseptic. Yeah. That's where you can take a hit and you go into deep wound, or not always deep wound, but you can take a hit. Lucky break. Perk is great for escaping a chase, but the effect quickly runs out. We're giving survivors a way to recharge Lucky Break. Ooh. Each second spent healing another survivor increases Lucky Break's duration by 1 second. The total time cannot exceed the starting duration. Oh. That's really good too. I was one that when they first buffed Lucky Break and made it 2 minutes, and everyone was like, oh my goodness, no, we have to make this shorter. I was like, no, it's fine. Like, let's see what it looks like. And then they did nerf it down to a minute, and then they went to 45 seconds, and nobody uses it. So it would have been nice to keep it there. But now, I love this. I love this. You can just recharge. This is great. You're the first person chased, You get hit with overcome lucky break. You just dip, leave no trace. You can heal yourself up, and then another survivor gets chased and hooked and whatever. You go save them, heal, and you get that again. Ooh, that's so good. Pharmacy used to guarantee an emergency medkit the first time you search the chest, which you'd either hope nobody takes before you need it or hide. Oh, what? Which you'd either hope nobody takes before you need it or hide in a far off corner like a medkit goblin. That's a terrible sentence too. That doesn't make sense. Now pharmacy will activate whenever you're injured, guaranteeing an emergency medkit when you search a chest. This effect can happen multiple times in one trial. Good luck selling my medkit now, Meg. Okay, why is Meg taking shots here, man? I'm confused with this one. Pharmacy used to guarantee a med kit the first time, a green med kit the first time you search the chest, which you'd either hope nobody takes before you. Oh, it's saying that the first thing you would do in a match is search a chest, get a med kit, and then leave it there. If you took this perk, you would either search immediately and get that, or you would wait until you're injured to go get that. So now it'll activate whenever you're injured, guaranteeing when you search a chest. I thought they were going to make it like Hattie's new perk where you can rummage to guarantee a med kit. This still says search. I mean, you can get it multiple times, but it's the same thing. If they search the chest, or I don't know, that doesn't seem like a good change. That doesn't do anything. Soul Survivor. In addition to hiding your aura, Soul Survivor will now increase your generator repair speed by 70% in your exit gate and hatch action. Oh, key. Hatch action speed. I was like, what? By 50. Maybe it is jumping in. By 50%. These effects are only active when you are the last survivor standing. So that's still not good. It'll be good for the achievement that I got lucky with, where you have to, as the last survivor, repair the last gen and escape. This perk will actually like single-handedly make a lot of people get that. Because if the killer's nice, instead of having to find hatch, you can like give a gen 75%, you can do it quickly and then open the exit gate quickly. But yeah, that's not very good. It's still not going to be used. For those who like to stay hidden, we've added a way to regain distortion tokens. Okay, so real quick, in the event, when I've been playing Survivor, Jeff happened to be one that I got a lot of cakes on because he had level 1, we're going to live forever, and I was getting 3, putting points into him. So I played him a lot, and distortion was what I used. So I like the idea of it. It does not activate that much. Like, I had a game where, what was it? I had a clown using the add-on to see your aura when you get hit with the bottle, so all 4 tokens were gone immediately. And then there's a bunch of games where no one uses aura reading and you just don't lose tokens. But gaining a token for every 30 seconds in the killer's terror radius, I wonder if that includes in chase. If that does, that's pretty good. That's a nice change. Because, yeah, that clown one, I think he had, like, barbecue, and then he had bottles to hit me. And if you also have, like, animal ears, like, that's all tokens gone immediately for no reason. That's nice. Nice little change. Not a big deal. Okay, lightweight is awful. Let's see what it does. In addition to lightweight's existing effects, your scratch marks will be more sporadic, making you harder to track. Ooh, that's annoying. Your scratch marks will also fade 5, 4, 3 seconds sooner, up from 1, 2, 3. Do you mean 3, 4, 5? I assume they mean 3, 4, 5. Okay, so it's kind of usable. It's more sporadic is kind of scary, because scratch marks are kind of bad anyway. There's a lot of times scratch marks are terrible. So this is kind of a little scary, but I don't think it'll be a big deal. We'll see. Deja Vu. To help survivors power the 3 closest generators. Ooh, Deja Vu will now grant a 5% repair speed bonus to real generators. I use Deja Vu quite a bit for some reason. Just because it breaks 3 gens. 5%, that's nice. If you stack it with some other stuff. Nice little change. Beyond its current effects, No One Left Behind will grant a 7% movement speed bonus to any survivors you unhook. Additionally, the program activates when the gates are powered rather than opened. Okay, that's just that last part would have been enough, but they gave a little bit more. That's nice. So again, that's now when the 5th gen's active. Now you have this instead of when the gate is open. We've changed the way Dark Sense works. When the generator is powered, Dark Sense activates. Okay. Next time the killer comes within 24 meters of you, their aura is revealed for 10 seconds. Dark Sense then deactivates. So it used to be when a generator is repeated, you just see the killer for 5 seconds. So I guess their idea is that now, instead of if the killer's across the map, like that doesn't mean anything. So now generator's powered, you're still doing stuff, and then the killer comes towards you, you get 10 seconds, it used to be 5, of like you wall hacks. It's fine. In addition to current effects, Tenacity now reduces your grunts of pain by 75% when in the dying state. Combined with the increased crawling speed, this perk will now be much more effective in crawling away from the killer. I guess they did fix the bug where people were sliding on the ground. I haven't really seen anyone complain about it recently. That's kind of funny that it's just a thing now. Hope! It's great for those who like to make late game saves, but limited duration can cause it to expire at an inconvenient time. Since this perk is only useful at the end of the match, we've removed the duration entirely. Ooh. That's a good change, because yeah, it's only good once the 5th gen's completed. So if the game lasts 47 minutes after that point, like, why not be fast the whole time? I don't know what you guys are doing to make it last 47 minutes, but you go off. Overzealous. It's kind of funny this is on here since it just came out. In its current state, cleansing a totem grants you repair speed bonus of 6, 7, and 8. It's 8% at the most? I thought it was 6 at the most. Is this true? I thought it was 4, 5, 6 is the most. No, it was 8 because I remember 10 seconds. I don't know. Now that bonus doubles if you cleanse a hex totem. Seems like a fair change. That's not gonna do much. And we're gonna live forever, much like barbecue and chili. This perk features a massive blood point bonus. We do not want blood points to dictate which perks to use, so we're gonna have the removes bonus. We're gonna live forever. This change will release at the same time as Brushing Overhaul, which is spectacular one by similar time. Additionally, actions that previously granted objective now activate the perk's secondary effect. Okay, let's see. While active, healing a survivor from the dying state. Oh, it's a reverse soul guard. I love that. So each action that granted a token will now activate a second effect. So you still get tokens, but I think they can use up different ways. While active, healing a survivor from the dying state grants them the endurance effect for 6, 8, 10 seconds. The secondary effect of We're Gonna Live Forever then deactivates. That's really, I like that one. You give them Soul Guard. The second. Then it deactivates and you need to do another one. So you can't build up 4 and use it boom, boom, boom. You can save someone from the hook and then use one. I like it. But I don't see it being used that much anymore now. Interesting. We realize that following these changes, the new meta will surely rise. We'll be closely monitoring the performance of each updated perk to ensure that none fall too far out of line. Moving forward, we hope to make meta-shaking updates like this one a more frequent part of our plans in order to keep gameplay feeling fresh. With that, we've reached the end of the edition of Developer Update. Kudos to those of you who made it this far. It was a long one. It really was. As always, these changes will be made available for testing next week in the PTB. Given the number of changes made, we can extra eye close out for feedback. We also want to live stream in the near future, review the update, and boy, oh boy, that was a lot. And again, mostly good. It is going to feel like a new game. It's going to be completely different. The biggest problem I have. First off, I need to read this. With that in mind, we're removing the loud noise notification. Instead of exploding, the affected generator will now spark instead of exploding. Okay, and the survivors will no longer scream. Okay, I was gonna say, they thought about this. If they didn't change this, Pain Res and Dead Man's Switch would be the new meta, along with Monstrous Shrine and probably Floods. But it's not gonna blow up and force them off immediately, so you still have to chase them off. So it's not the best combo. So that's good. My biggest problem is that Nurse and Blight are still gonna be just way above everyone else. And the biggest reason, I thought about it during a decisive strike. The stun is now 3 seconds. Nurses already don't care about the stun. Because if you don't know... Wait a minute. I'm pretty sure... So you get stunned, and it's like a second and a half as the survivor falls before they can start running again. If it's still a second and a half and it's only 3 seconds, like, that's actually like nothing. But even with 5 seconds, the nurse can catch up in one blink if they run a straight line as soon as they get away. And then Blight, same thing. He gets stunned, oh whatever. Boom, bounces off something, he's on you immediately. So 3 seconds, those killers they're gonna feel worse against decisive. Luckily, they can't overly use a bunch of these. So what do I hate? I hate when I load into a match and I hear the nurse blink and then she downs someone and then I get Pain Res and Dead Man's Switch immediately. And Starstruck. So now Pain Res will it'll force her to come to me instead of, it's still the same. That's still gonna be annoying. Dead Heart's just done. So Survivor. Did any of these like really get Lucky Break? Lucky Break is probably gonna come back a little off the record 100%. So these ones will be used more. I think Saboteur will be used more. That's a nerf. That's still funny. That's a nerf. Distortion? I don't think that's going to be that useful. That played. I actually don't see many like new Survivor perks coming in. I guess 3. This one definitely will. This one's already useful. It'll be Jolt. I forgot Jolt is a huge boost. Overcharge is a huge boost. Oh wow, dude! Wow. There's so much. But okay, so that was kind of maybe negative. The positive is that if these changes like do what they think and it changes the game enough, we're gonna have to endure the annoying Spirit. I don't know. Spirit's not as bad anymore, but I'll put her in this. Spirit, Blight, and Nurse abusing the annoying stuff. But if the game reaches a healthy balance, then at that point they can hopefully tune down Nurse, tune down Blight, and tune up maybe a couple of the lower ones, and we can like have a beautiful harmony of fairness. some of these changes. Some of these changes. These are crazy. I mean, I guess some of them, but some of them I would not have thought of. I don't think I have anything else to say. We're just gonna have to see what they look like on the PTB. What people try. This might be like the most played. Well, is it? It's in the middle of an event. What are we doing? Twisted Masquerade doesn't end until next Thursday. The past 2 years they've extended it a week, but that was because of like glitches. So I wonder if they will this year or not. It ends next Thursday. The PTB is usually Tuesday. Are they really going to do a PTB in the middle of an event? Or are we going to have to wait till next Thursday? Huh. NOED also, since I'm right here, that doesn't seem like enough to me. It's still annoying. And that's gonna be in a lot of people's builds. Baseline changes, longer gens, camping and tunnel, like the preventative measures to that. I think those are great. No complaints. The nice little 10% faster on stuff. That's nice. Yeah, this I have faith. This is going to be very different, but I have faith this will be a good thing. And it'll encourage more random fun stuff and not just these. Spine chill. I just forgot spine chill. So yeah, there are a couple I don't agree with at all, but I might be proven wrong. We will see. Pharmacy is a terrible change too. Lightweight. Yeah, that's it. All right, that was long. I haven't checked how long I was recording for. Let's do it, and then we'll say peace out. An hour? What? How is that an hour? When did I get home? All right, peace out.